Nope. Alright, guys. So, I have a lot to show you guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, a majority of the stuff that I'm going to show you I got for free. This is probably the most expensive thing that I'll have to show you. And Ryan got his butt chewed for buying it. I wasn't with him when he bought this, but he knows the kind of stuff that I like. And he went up with his nephew, and he came back with this. This came from Barnes & Noble, and they're expensive. So I am going to do a little bit of a haul for you guys. Like I said, I'm not going to go through everything. And I might even have to break this up into 2 or 3 even, because there's a lot. And I ain't going through it all, like I said. But this one here is $35, guys. But there's a lot in here. You get a lot in here, guys. So if you guys get into junk journaling or scrapbooking or collaging or anything like that, and you get into vintage, this is, I mean, make your own magic, like the paper says. But this is right up my alley. This is very up my alley. Right away we get off with the cameras and the sunglasses and all that stuff. A vintage, kind of like a vintage cafe with the vintage cars and very retro. This stuff's all, I mean, look, it's just all so cool. I've showed you stuff like this before. It comes with, like, these are kind of like postcards. This one here is like the old mobile oil with the cool cars and stuff. I love the alarm clocks and stuff like that. But a lot of it's like, these ones are really cool, guys. These are like, almost like paper. It's almost like wrapping paper. But you can use these for like collaging and for scrapbook. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. Now is not the time, guys. Now is not the time. Anyway. I love the cassette tape thing. And it's big, and this is double folded. So, I mean, love that. This one here, my dad and my brother would absolutely love, I think. My dad actually watches my videos, so Dad, let me know what you think of this. I don't know if he's actually going to enjoy watching these too much, because he doesn't, I mean, he gets bored with the hauls and stuff. But the vintage car, they love vintage cars. My brother and my dad both. But I thought this would be something they would absolutely love. I love the black and white. The black and white probably is one of my favorite things. You got black and white stripes, and then if this isn't retro, I don't know what is. I mean, you got just everything under the sun. I got a Christmas book that is, this is the only problem with them sticking this stuff down into the glue. They put glue down for these little paper pads and stuff to stick, but it leaves a residue on your paper, as you can see there. But anyway, but they have some really pretty images. I love this one. This one's probably one of my favorites too. Love her. Very collagey. But they're just pretty. And then there's a lot of, love the sunglasses. It's probably another one of my favorites. But they're great for like backgrounds. These are like envelopes, so you can actually fold these into like envelopes and like stick them in your junk journals. You got notebook paper and stuff for you guys to put down in your journals too, for like blank pages. Some of the Very retro all over the place, like vintage wallpaper looking stuff. More envelopes. What's this one? Oh, that's the same as that up there. Here's some stickers. These are like just little round stickers, but you have like alarm clocks, typewriters and stuff like that. Here's another vintage car. The old wall. You guys are barely see this stuff, I bet. Let me zoom in just a tiny bit here. Here's one of the old rotary phones on the wall. Some more stickers. And then once you get done with the stickers, you can also use the backing and stuff. There's some more of the vintage wallpaper. Black and white sticker, or piece of paper here. Flower. More vintage wallpaper. These are very like 70s right here. This reminds me of like the wallpaper that we used to have in my our house when I was growing up. My mom watches my videos too, so my mom probably is going to be like, yep, totally. This reminds me of the hallway that we had in the house. This one here is like create your own artwork. So this stuff is it's very thick, but these punch out. So if there's one of these that you really like, these are frames. These are framed, so if you wanted to punch out one of these, if you wanted to frame these, you could frame them. These are like little books as well that come in here. So you also get these too, you guys. So you got, I mean, there's so much paper that comes in these. But these also are good for cutting stuff out and everything like that. Or you can do what the book actually says, you know, places you would like to visit. Here's another vintage retro diner. Healthy habits that you would like to adopt. I mean, you can go with the book itself too, but these, I mean, the old phone, stuff that I really like. I like the vintage stuff. Some of this stuff is not really in my algorithm. I love her though. She's in here several times, but I love her. But some of the 70s stuff, I don't like the orange and the browns and stuff like that, but that stuff I love. I do like that stuff. And I like that stuff. But there is a lot of the old vintage stuff in here that I do enjoy. Some more of that glue. Enjoy today. Come on, get off my hand. Anyway. The whole pink phone. Some more paper. Some more little cutouts. There's some more little cutouts. More paper. These are like bookmarks. You can use these as bookmarks for people. And then you can use these after you punch those out. You can use this picture. These are like tags. The book was better. And then you can use the paper after you punch them out. Love this. I think that's very cute. But I love the car too, so that'd be kind of hard to pick. Love this one. Reminds me of like an old 50s diner. Here's another one of those books here. Has some invitations that would just be nice to put in your journal. You can also use them for collaging. You can use them to write on the back of them too. Here's some invitations. You can use them for invitations or like a retro party. These are really cute too. Some more stickers. An old vintage radio, another car. All kinds of stuff, guys. Old Vespa. Very cute. Look at this paper here. Here's an old Vespa picture. Have 3 of them here, or 4 of them. Look at the green, the olive green. Can go do some coloring in it too. They do some coloring pictures. Here's my favorite. I love her. I love the red sunglasses. I do want to cut her out and like decoupage her onto a piece of paper or onto my junk journal or something with her. Have like a funky background or something. Like a like the sunglasses background or something. I don't know. But you do get some of these too. And here she is again. You also get her. Here's some more of that paper. So you got some like old TV paper, stuff like that. Very cool. Look at that one. There's some more punch outs, or cutouts, I mean. Do like the old cars. More bookmarks. Look at this one. Peacock feathers. More bookmarks. These ones, oh, that's the typewriter too. So these ones are like hard cardstock, but they're like individual punch outs and stuff too that you can bend and stuff, like borders. Or she's screaming into the phone. There's the old vintage car. And there's that one there too. Leapfrog. We used to play that when we were kids. Old vintage camera. Love that. There's some old wallpaper looking ones. Some more envelopes. Look at that one. That one's pretty cool with all the old TVs. Oop. Another one with cars. Yeah, anyway. Love that. Then there's also this one here too, like I said. There's a bunch of these as well in here that you can use. They have all the vintage images. You can also use these for the writing. Very, very cool. So yeah, one of my favorite things. Anyway, like I said, Ryan shouldn't have picked it up. So I did pick up a couple of books. Because books are nice. Books you can, I mean, if they're cheap enough, you can use these for pictures and stuff too. So this is an old Rockefeller book. It's in really good shape. And I love his artwork, but Rockefeller, this stuff is kind of hard. Rockwell, I guess it's Rockwell. I always saw Rockefeller. I don't know why. This was copyright in 1993, so it's actually Norman Rockwell's stuff. He doesn't sell very well, probably because his stuff is all over the place. But his artwork is so good. So I mean, it'd be good stuff to use in your junk journals and stuff. I mean, they're just grandpa and children. And they got some vintage looks on. I love his stuff. I mean, he's just got some good artwork. Child philosophy. That is cute as heck. So cute. He just got some, he's just so creative. He does some good stuff. The nanny, she looks like she's stressed out. The Cold. Oh, she wants to go to a dance. But I believe we just paid like, I don't know, maybe like $2 for some of these books. They didn't, I mean, they weren't too much. They were pretty cheap. Love the old buildings in this one. And I've had these for, yeah, $2. $2 for the book. And I've had these for a little while now. I've been waiting just to do this haul. And then Ryan comes home with a ton of free magazines. And then I'm just like, well, I guess I can do a haul now. But it's probably going to be like a huge haul now. But I ain't gonna do this because it's going to take like 3 hours for me to do this haul, I swear. This one is 5 miniature stories. It's just a bunch of like I really like the illustrations in it, is why I got this. But it's basically, you know, Pinocchio, and it's all like the nursery rhymes and stuff like that. Pinocchio and the little gingerbread man. But the little pig, look at the little piggy. Look at him, he's just so dang cute. I can zoom out a little bit now, probably. I just want to make sure you guys can see him. But just some of these illustrations are just the cutest little thing. Little fox. He eats him though. The little foxy eats a gingerbread guy. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Look at the little bears though. They're just so fuzzy. That was the reason why I had him pick, or I picked this up. I guess I picked it up, but I just really liked the illustrations in this. They turned out really nice, I thought. Here's Beauty and the Beast. This was very cute. Tortoise and the Hare. Yeah. But, I mean, that's why I look at the books, though. Like, even the kids' books. I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it, and even if I don't use it, I can gather up stuff like this, and I do want to try to, so this is Sleeping Beauty. I want to try to start collecting stuff and selling kits on Amazon, or not Amazon, on Whatnot. So we might end up doing that too. Is that the little red hen? It is a little red hen. This story is actually very cute. I was actually in the Little Red Hen play when I was in like 3rd grade. Maybe it was 1st grade. I think it was 1st grade. Because we were all going through it, and we were supposed to be learning how to read. And we were, I was like one of the little chicks. So I didn't have any lines or anything. I just had to look scared, but it was a good play. I remember that. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but there's some really cute images in here. Look at the little fuzzy goats, guys. So cute. Little Billy, 3 Billy Goats Gruff. So cute. So yeah, I picked that one up. This is another Rockwell, excuse me. So we're gonna have a lot more of his artwork in here. Some of it might be repeated, but again, I don't care because I can always make kits and stuff and sell his stuff. I'll get to these. That's actually from the Dollar Tree, so I'll get to those. This is still from the thrift store. Somebody did write in this one, but it's alright. They didn't scribble on any of the pages, I don't think, so. So this one, again, I liked the illustrations in it, and it kind of reminded me of a... some of them kind of reminded me of like a cottage house and stuff. So it's the reason why I kind of went with this one. I liked like the farmhouse or farm animals and stuff. Little ducklings. I think this one's supposed to be like the ugly duckling. Yeah, the ugly duckling. Look at him. He's crying. With all the flowers and stuff. And then Princess and the Pea. So she has all of her mattresses and all there and stuff. Jack and the Beanstalk. This one I thought was really cute. This is very cottagey. The little fir tree. But look at, they're dressed up in their little outfits. I thought that was so cute. So yeah, and I like the little, I mean, it's just so cottagey. I like the little pots and everything in it. It's just very, very cute. And I mean, at you know, and you can use the covers for them too, guys. You can always use the covers for them. I mean, these are hardcover books. You can always use these for your junk journals as well. This one, I actually was not with Ryan when he picked this one up. I thought it looked more interesting than what I actually thought it was. But it kind of looks, once I got it home, kind of, I mean, they look more clay animated than, I kind of don't like the way it looks once I got it home. So, it's actually kind of weird. The owl don't look too bad, but it's not what I was imagining. He kind of showed me it over the phone. And I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like the texture. And then once I got it home, I'm like, yeah, it looks better on your phone. But it is what it is. Have you seen The Birds? It's kind of a weird book, but and then this one was kind of cool. It says North Country Night. This one is very it'd be more probably for like winter scenery, but it is so pretty. And this would be right up my parents' alley, actually. So October 1994, copyrighted 1990. This is an older book, but very very nice. The beautiful owl, cabin in the woods, the fox in there, and then there's another owl. It's got very beautiful illustrations in it. There's a Kruger, the coyote, the porcupine. It's like they're all getting ready to go hibernate for the night. There's a little bunny. Bobcat was hungry and wanted to locate a bunny. There's another beaver. He's getting ready to go home. All the animals, it's just so pretty. A deer. Very pretty. A little otter over here in the corner, peeking at the deer. And the owl watching the deer. And then the beautiful cabin in the woods. Very pretty. And then this one, if you guys are scared of gulls, probably you should turn away now. But I actually collect dolls, and I thought this would actually be kind of cool. This is a very old book, but this is very cottagecore to me, I think. It has, it shows you kind of how to make the dolls. I ain't gonna be making them, of course, but it does have a lot of them in there. So I will probably be cutting some of these out and some of the images and stuff, and putting them in my, just like the quilt and stuff like that, I think is really cool. And a little doll. I actually have a collection of porcelain dolls in my collection. So dolls have always kind of been a part of my thing. That one's very, very cute. Country rag doll. Mop top. Oh, there's a clown one. I won't go there with you guys. I know there's a lot of people in here that don't like clowns. Very small folk. Very cute. But yeah, I thought the dolls would be kind of fun. This one at the thrift store. I did not pay $12.98 for this. I actually got this for like 25 cents, guys. Paid a quarter for this book. It says The Great American Gardens, and this has some gorgeous pictures in it, you guys. Gorgeous pictures in here. Look at this. So pretty. It covers the full pages. And then you got the beautiful tulips. So pretty. I mean, these would be great backgrounds. Just so pretty. So garden-esque, very spring. And for 25 cents, I could not pass up this book. Has some very cottage houses with the gardens. Some very expensive colonial houses. Look at that one. That's an expensive estate. Very beautiful bridge here. That one's really pretty. Oh, look at this one. Look at the bridge on that. It's so pretty. Love the bridge. That one little cabin with the... It's really pretty. Very, very pretty. I just love how they fill up a whole page. It's so gorgeous. The little bridge there too. I mean, there's so many beautiful images in this. Look at that one. Look at the little frog. It's in a little pond. There's a cottage. So pretty, you guys. Oh, so pretty. Like I said, for a quarter, I could not pass that up either. Quarter. And then this one here. This here I also got for a quarter. So she actually, it says flowers from A to Z. She actually shows you how to paint them. But I bought it to cut them out. So she shows you her paintings, but look at how beautiful these are. So she shows you how to go through the petals, how to paint them and everything. but she also gives you her designs. This is her paintings. Look at these. They're so beautiful. So pretty. And she signs them all down her name's Donna. They're just so vibrant and so beautiful. This is something that if you ever wanted to do like an art wall, you could frame all of these and put them all over your wall. But they'd also be really pretty for collaging or to cut out and put in your junk journals if you like the flowers and all that. So that's the main reason why. Oop, we skipped a bunch of them, but you get the idea anyway. But that's the main reason why I picked this up. Oh, look at all these. These are pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Vintage. Look at that. I gotta see the copyright date in here. See if they tell you a copyright date. Craft Course Publishers, 1974. So this was published the year before my husband was even born. So, but this gives me very vintage vibes. And so many strawberries, you guys. This would go great in my strawberry journal. I'd probably color these, but there's strawberry stuff all over in here. We're skipping pages. Look at the strawberries. And the mushrooms. Got mushrooms. This is like so right up my alley. Look at the little mushroom teapots and cup. So cute. Here's some more strawberries. And lemons and peaches and flowers. And this one was cool too. This one's falling apart. This one they actually had to put a paper clip on it because it's literally just in pieces. So, but this one was originally 10 cents when it was first published. I got this. This one's really old. Let's see here. Love Her. She's in here several times. It doesn't look like there's a copyright date on this one. But it just shows you images of doilies and then it tells you what they're called. So like this one is called the Lily in the Valley. The pink petal. And this one's like the pineapples. So it looks like it has pineapples in the middle of them. And this one's called the double pansy because it has the two pansies in the middle. This one's called the sailing because it has sailboats on the ends of it. You kind of get the idea. Pert Raffle. Or Ruffle. I guess it's Ruffle. I was reading it wrong. Fern Leaf. The Gold Glory. But yeah. But I thought those would be really cool too. Those could be cool for design for your junk journal too. That's why I picked that up. Thrift store. Got this for $1, which would be it's going to be nice for my calendar girls. But these are all quilts images. So you got all kinds all through the month. And they have like the quilt pattern on it. So I can pull out any of them and use, this would be really nice for collaging. You can collage like several different collage pages with just quilt images. I mean, I think that would be really pretty. You do like this, like a collage image of just the quilt patterns. But yeah, I think it'd be really, really fun. I'm into the vintage stuff, guys. This is very cool. This has a bunch of stuff. I didn't even realize that they had this here, but look at this. They have a bunch of these vintage magazines. They're $1.25, guys. Well, they're not vintage magazines, but they're like, excuse me, like they're like Stars and Cars. Just cool like retro TV classics. What's your fave? So it's like it goes through like some of the stuff that was back then. So you got like, you know, you got like Starkey and Hutch and the what's that one? Knight Rider. The Duke boys in front of the car. The Munsters. I mean, this is all stuff I grew up watching. Beverly Hillbillies. There's Grease. There's Elvis Presley. Look at all the vintage pictures, guys. I love all the black and whites. I mean, I want to do a collage journal of just all bunch of black and white images. I think it'd be really cool. The old TV would be cool to have in there. There's old-fashioned things there. And look at just the magazines are really cool. You can cut out the magazines and have in there. The old station wagon. This old drive-in down here. Just all this kind of stuff. There's 3 of them there that that I picked up because they all involve this. The Jackson 5. All the old magazines. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Dick Van Dyke. They even have, oh, look at all the old cards. Love that. Maybe got Smokey and the Bandit up there in the corner. They even have like the puzzles. The Retro Cars Classic. The Golden Girls. But yeah, I just thought it was cool. The Beatles on the back. This one's another one. The Big Book of TV Trivia. Has a bunch of trivia questions in it, but I liked the pictures and stuff in it. Laverne and Shirley. They were one of my favorites to watch when I was a kid. My mom loved Laverne and Shirley, so I watched it all the time with her. So this one's kind of labeled. It has like the 1950s. And then it moves on to like the 1960s and then the 1970s. The westerns. My mom and dad used to like to watch those. So you got like Scooby-Doo. excuse me, Bewitched, Brady Bunch, Mary Tyler Moore. Gosh. It's Mr. Ed, I Dream of Jeannie. Yes. And all of this is just Charlie Brown. Oh, I love Laverne and Shirley. Oh. Sesame Street. There's MASH. This one goes, and that goes to the 1980s, 1970s, 1990s. So it goes all the way up to like the 2000s, I think it is. So I'll kind of skip ahead through it. Or 2010, excuse me. So they have a bunch of it. And then this one's kind of the same thing. It has like I Love Lucy and stuff in it too. But it's basically the same kind of concept. It has Lassie. I like I said, I got them for the big pictures and stuff, and the vintage stuff. I fell in love with them. Picture of Dick Van Dyke. Chips. It just brings back a lot of memories from when I was a kid. The Love Boat. So yeah, if you guys are interested in those, and they're only $1.25, guys. So if this is stuff that's right up your alley, $1.25. I haven't been in. I don't go to Dollar Tree very often anymore, but I did go check out their magazines, and that stuff right there, those are still $1.25. So I also got these from. I also got these ones from Dollar Tree. So these ones have a lot of the cute little garden images and stuff. Little puppies. Puppies are going to be nice to have in your journal too. And like I said, look at that. That's really pretty. Love the gazebos, oh, little roses, rose bushes and stuff like that. This is the kind of stuff, if you get into cottagecore or farmhouse or gardening, this is going to be right up your alley. This stuff is great to see. Anything, you know, this is, you go there and just take a look and see what the patio is really pretty. But I mean, just check out your local I mean, you guys can go get magazines for free too, don't get me wrong. Trust me on that. I will get to that too, but I doubt I'm gonna get to it today, guys, because we are already at 44 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna get any longer than that. I'm probably gonna stop after this, and we'll probably do another haul with all of those magazines soon, because I'm not gonna go into a bunch more. But I get, you know, you can get into the books. I mean, I would go in here and like cut out all the books and the bookcases and stuff like that. I think that would be really fun to have in my junk journals and stuff. And just the words alone. Some of these would be fun to have. So just keep that in mind too, guys. So, I mean, any of these, Sweet Retreat, and put that in your junk journal. How cute. You don't have to, look at the little panda picture. So, $1.25 magazines. Go check them out, guys. So that was a haul from Thrift Store and Dollar Tree. And the only other one that I spent the most money on was the ones from Barnes & Noble. But trust me, you guys, you don't have to go buy that kind of stuff. That one was expensive, and like I said, I chewed Ryan's butt for buying me that because we don't really have the money, but we won't get into that. Anyway, so we will get into another haul here really shortly, guys, because I have tons of magazines, and I ain't gonna, like I said, I won't get into showing you like everything, but I am going to mention where I got them all and everything. We'll flip through some of them and stuff because there are some really cool images and stuff, and I wanted to show you and kind of tell you guys what to look for and stuff. But yeah, so I'll get to that, and you guys all have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye!